Today we are going to discuss about awareness on spiritual callings. When you hear spiritual callings, it's not only about those who have the zeal, the urge to become priests and pastors. Now, when you have a spiritual calling, like I was just saying, it is not only for you to become a priest. That is where we are having a lot of problems. So many of us are called differently, but because priests and pastors are the major callings that people know, you will see a young man who is not called to become a reverend father, and the young man will just jump into the seminary school. And after you become a reverend father, the next thing is you start misbehaving because that is not where you are channeled to. That is not your calling. You weren't called to become a reverend father, but because that is the only calling you know, you jump into the seminary school. Before you know it, you start having interest in women because you have that zeal to get married, and you are a priest, a Catholic priest, and you know Catholic priests cannot marry. But because you didn't answer your call properly, you become a reverend father. And the next thing is whenever a woman passes, you will have interest. You will want that woman. Okay. Answering your call. That's the wrong call. That's what I call it. Answering the wrong call. Priests, pastors, ministers of God, they are not the only calling. We have so many of them because the Lord's vineyard is very vast. And it's not only the priests that are going to work in that vineyard. That vineyard is actually for all of us, depending on the field that you find yourself in. So I'm going to teach us this morning the signs that you'll be seeing, and then you will know that you actually have a spiritual calling. Now, when you see these signs, like it doesn't happen once, it doesn't happen twice, it happens like every day of your life. These are the things that you experience every now and then. It has become a part of you. So if you are seeing these signs every now and then, not just once, then you will have to look deep, very well into your life to know where God is actually calling you. Now, the first sign, which everybody know, is about the time that we normally wake up in the middle of the night. Now, this one in particular, we have to be very careful with this, the time. If you normally wake up around 1 a.m. to 4 a.m., 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. It is not everybody that wakes up around this 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. means that they have a spiritual calling. No. Some of us are diabetic patients because at that time, your body wants you to go and urinate. And because you always urinate at that time, your body has gotten used to that time. So the moment it gets to that time, your body, your senses gives you that signal. You must wake up to go and urinate, to go and make use of the toilet. Now, if you are a patient who is passing through one ailment or another, and you know that you normally wake up between this 1 a.m. to 4 a.m., maybe to go and set yourself free, it is not a spiritual calling. It is not. Now, some of us are suffering from insomnia. You don't sleep at all. You can go to bed by 11 o'clock and then you wake up by 1 and you will never sleep again until 5. It is not a spiritual calling. And insomnia is equally a health issue. Okay, it's not only diabetic patients that wakes up in the middle of the night to go and urinate. But if you are passing through insomnia, it is a health issue where you don't sleep. You wake up by 2 and then you will never sleep again until dawn. It is not a spiritual calling. When we talk about spiritual calling that has to do with you waking up in the middle of the night, we are talking about this particular between 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Nothing wakes you up. Nothing. But whenever you wake up, you will feel like you are in the midst of people. You are in the midst of a crowd. You are in the midst of a gathering of people. You will have that feeling like you are not alone, that some people are with you. Meanwhile, you are the only person in your room. And it doesn't happen once. It happens continuously, like every now and then in your life. See, what you're supposed to do is whenever you wake up at that time and you know that your body doesn't want to urinate, you don't feel like urinating, you don't have any health issue, you are not suffering from insomnia, but you always wake up by this time and having this feeling that you are not alone. Whenever you wake up by that time, I will advise you to just say a little prayer. Sing praises if you can. If you cannot pray, I know you can sing praises. Just sing praises. If you can mumble just one or two words of prayers, do it. As you continue to do this every now and then, before you know it, your spiritual eyes will open. You become spiritually awake to know who is calling you, because calls are different. We have so many beings that calls people, and we equally have God who calls his own. So as time goes on, you will now know the being that is calling you and the reason why you are being called. So time is one of the signs that will tell you if you actually have a spiritual calling. Now, the second one we are going to talk about is the voice. I'm sure almost some of us will be experiencing this, but to us, it doesn't matter. Maybe you think it's your neighbor. Have you ever experienced this? Like I said, all these spiritual signs doesn't just happen once. They will continue to happen. When I talk about this voice in particular happens to those of us who always sleep and it looks as if that they are dead. Somebody will go to bed to sleep. No, even if you're bringing the house down, that person will never wake up. Now, when we talk about the voice, we talk about the voice calling you. Have you ever experienced it? In the middle of the night, it will look as if somebody is calling you, and the voice will be so clear that you can't really, you can't say, no, you didn't hear it. You must hear that voice. Even if you are in a deep slumber, in the deepest slumber, you must hear that voice. And when you wake up, you notice that you are still all alone. If you like, go and ask those sleeping in the same house with you. You will discover that everybody is fast asleep. But you heard that voice loud and clear. And it doesn't just happen once. It happens from time to time. In the middle of the night, the voice will call you. Sometimes this voice will call you in a very soft tone. Sometimes the voice will call you like there is a problem that you need to wake up. Like sometimes what I do here is Ogechi in a very loud voice. And no matter how fast asleep you are, you must hear that voice. The voice is always loud. You will think that the whole neighborhood heard the voice with you. If you have ever experienced this from time to time, it is actually God that is calling you. That voice calling you is the voice of the angel who is in charge of you. Because most of the times, those who sleep like log of woods, that is actually the type of voice they need to wake up. And the reason why you are being called to wake up is for you to get up and pray. We actually do not know what waits for us ahead. The voice might call you by 1 or by 2 or by 4 or by 3 for you to wake up and pray, to get ready. To get ready. You may not see the reason why the voice called you that day. You may not see the reason why the voice called you the following day. But maybe before that week runs out, you will see the reason why that voice called you. The voice didn't call you for you to wake up and become afraid. The voice called you for you to get up and get yourself ready. Equip yourself spiritually. Take charge of your environment. Take charge of the atmosphere, because you have that power. You have the power to take charge of the atmosphere around you, to wage war against principalities and powers. Most of the times, these powers operate in the middle of the night when everybody is fast asleep, because once you are asleep, your body is weak. It is only your soul and your spirit that will be hovering around. And so you need to get that spirit ready. You need to charge that spirit to get ready to wage war against every diabolical powers that might be coming your way or that might be coming into your family, to wage war against them in the middle of the night. So if you have ever experienced this voice calling you from time to time, not only in the middle of the night, there are times when you will be alone in the house in the afternoon and everywhere is so quiet, and the next thing you will hear is somebody calling you. And you know fully well that you are all alone in the house, but you heard your name. And it doesn't just happen once. Like I said, continuously, from time to time. If you always experience this, my dear, you are being called spiritually. And first, you will have to start with prayers. Whenever you hear such voices, don't just be afraid. What I did when I started notice all these things was when the voice started calling me from time to time. Sometimes when I wake up, the next thing I will say is, show yourself, manifest, let me see you. Tell me who you are. Okay, so from time to time, I started seeing, hearing, getting to know the voice that was actually calling me. So if you always hear this voice every now and then, you have a spiritual calling. Now we're going to talk about the signs that comes through our dreams. You know, dreams, like we all know, is a part of spiritual gift. When you have the gift of dreams, everything you see, everything, but I mean, everything you see in the dream will come to pass. Now, it all depends on you. When you see the bad ones, it depends on you on whether you can control that bad one, whether you can stop it. The power lies in your hands. There are times when God will show you those bad ones that nobody wants to know, nobody wants to hear, and will equally tell you that there is no solution to it. More especially, if you have the gift of dreams, and then you dream where somebody died. But I'm going to tell you the difference, how it occurs physically. Whenever you dream and you see that somebody died in the dream, and people are crying and wailing, and then you notice that the dead person decided to shake his or her body, or shake his hands or her hands, or shake the legs, what it signifies in the physical world is there are still chances of saving that person's life. There are still chances, okay? Or you dream where somebody has died, but you didn't see the burial take place. There are still chances of saving that person or saving any member of that person's family. But if you have this gift of dreams, you cannot dream that Mr. A died and then in reality it becomes Mr. B. No. If you have the gift of dreams, whoever you saw in your dream that is dead is actually that person. It is going to happen in reality upon that person. Whatsoever you see in your dream comes exactly the way you have seen it. Now, if you saw in your dream that Mr. A died and you saw the burial take place and you saw that they have covered the grave and everybody starts going home, my dear, that dream must, no matter the amount of prayer, God is actually showing you what is going to happen. He's not showing it for you to counter it, because you cannot counter it. It has already taken place in the spiritual realm, waiting for the manifestation in the physical world. So whenever you dream of such a thing, the burial has taken place and everybody has gone home. It means that there is no two ways about it. There is no solution. Whoever you saw in the dream must be that person. All you need to do is to notify the family or notify that person so that he or she will get, prepared ahead of time, amend his or her ways. That is how the gift of dream works. But whereby you didn't see the burial take place, but you know that somebody died, or you didn't see the corpse, but you heard that Mr. A died, but you didn't see the person's body in the dream, there are still chances of saving that person in the physical world. So your dreams will equally tell you if you are spiritually called. If you have that spiritual calling, your dreams will tell you that. Because dreams are equally ways by which God passes information to his people. He will tell you what is about to happen in the dream. He will tell you what has already happened in the dream. He will tell you problems and solutions in the dream. So if you notice that your dreams comes to pass, like even if you have a dream like 7 days in a week, that dream, those 7 dreams must surely come to pass. And if you notice that it happens to you like this every day or every now and then, as long as you can remember, you are being called spiritually. So what you are supposed to be doing is, whatsoever you see in the dream, don't call it ordinary dream. Make sure you talk to somebody. Voice it out. Let people know so that people will know how to go about and see if they can solve the problem or not. Okay, so dreams is part of that spiritual calling. Now we're going to be talking about the tap on your part of any part of your body. Have you experienced it? When you go to bed in the middle of the night, somebody will just come and tap you either on the leg or on the shoulder or on the hand. It doesn't just happen once. It's a continuous something. Whenever you dream, somebody will tap you. Sometimes they will tap you to the extent that you think that somebody is trying to, drag you up. And when you wake up, you notice that it's only you in the bedroom, no other person. It happens every now and then. A tap on the leg, on the shoulder, on the hand. Just like when you want to wake somebody up, you go near the person and you tap the person. Have you ever experienced it? If you have ever experienced this, from time to time, you are being called spiritually. And that tapping, when that hand taps you, it means your spirit is actually awake, but your body is weak. Not like your body is not all that weak. Your body is somehow conscious. Not like the people that sleeps and will forget where they are. No. When the hand taps you, your body is conscious, even though it's lying still. Your spirit is awake. All that is required of you is just that a little tap, just for you to get up. That tap is actually for you to get up. When you get up, all you need to do is just a little praise, no matter how weak you are. A little prayer. Even if you don't want to pray and you don't want to sing praise, say something, voice out something. Tell that being tapping you to make himself known to you, to make herself known to you, so that you will know the being that is actually calling you. Like I told us, calls differ. We are being called in so many ways, and we are equally being called by so many beings. But I want to tell us that if you have a spiritual calling, that calling is a natural gift. The day that God created you was the day that he deposited that gift in you. Now, it depends on how you want to use that gift, whether you want to use it to serve God or whether you want to use it to serve the devil. Now, the devil doesn't give any natural gift. The devil does not do that. What the devil does is the devil will go about monitoring each and every one of us, knowing those who are spiritually gifted and knowing those whom he wants to hijack. And if your spirit is not strong, he's going to hijack you because he knows that you have that gift. He truly wants that gift. He wants to make use of that gift. And the moment he hijacks you, he will make use of that gift, making use of you. He will make you use that gift negatively to work for him. And then it will look as if people always say, Onyinye ekwensu. There is nothing like Onyinye ekwensu. That is the gift from the devil. There is nothing like the gift from the devil. That gift is actually a gift that has been given to you from day one of your life. Now, the devil hijacked you on time. Before you even realize that you have the gift, the devil hijacked you. And instead of using that gift to save humanity, you are actually using it to work for the devil. And that's why it looks as if the gift is a devil's gift. It is not a devil's gift. Because if God decides to come into your case and turn you around, that gift, he will not take it from you. If God gives you a spiritual gift, he will never collect that gift from you. The only thing is, if you are not using it positively, that gift will grow cold. And then it will look as if you no longer have a spiritual gift. So whenever you feel someone tapping you on your hands, on your leg, on your shoulder, while you are asleep, they are actually calling you to wake up. And then when you wake up, a little prayer will help you. Just say a little prayer, okay? Or ask that being to manifest. I always love to ask them to manifest. Show me yourself. Show me who you are. Talk to me. If you can't talk to me live, come to the dream and tell me who you are. And it always happens that way. So these are one of the few signs that I'm here this morning to teach us. If you are passing through any of these things from time to time, not once. From time to time, you actually have a spiritual calling. The best thing for you to do is to realize it on time and make use of it. Because if you do not make use of it, the devil will actually hijack it and will make use of it. And what everybody will be saying is that this person is a very wicked person. This person is evil. This person is diabolical. This person is this person is that, without knowing that you have actually been hijacked by the devil. But if God decides to come into your case, he's going to turn it around. So I'm going to stop here because, like I told us, I'm not going to waste much time. And I would like you to write down your question. Oh yes, somebody asked, does this mean the spiritual realm is ahead in time than the physical? Of course. Of course. Everything happening now in the world has already been written down, has already transpired spiritually. So we are just seeing the manifestation. That's what it is. The spiritual realm is way ahead of us. Way ahead of us. There is a lot to talk about in the spiritual realm. If God gives you the opportunity to see, if he has given you the chance, the knowledge for you to know, you will know that if, assuming you just bought a pen today, yes, physically you bought that pen today, but spiritually it has been written down like 10 years ago that on a day like this you are going to buy this pen. That is how the spiritual realm is. It is going to happen in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm. And then they'll be waiting for the manifestation in the physical world. And that is why God, being a merciful God, once that bad one has happened in the spiritual realm, he is going to notify you ahead of time. More especially in the case of people that dies, you can have that dream that somebody died, you know, everything, this, that, and then you wake up. You may be thinking that that dream is going to happen in the next 1 week, 2 weeks. No, it can take 6 months for that dream to happen. It can take 1 year for that dream to happen. But will it happen? Yes. More especially if you see where they have already buried the person. If somebody has been buried in the dream and nobody decides to dig up the grave in the dream, and in that dream everybody goes home, it is going to happen exactly the way you saw it. It is just a matter of time. If that person died and you didn't see the body, or you saw the body but it hasn't been buried, there are chances of saving that person. All you need to do is to voice out, because you actually do not know how it's going to happen. It might be a motor accident. It can be a fire accident. It can be through sickness. And this doesn't happen immediately. It takes time. That is why the spiritual realm is ahead of the physical world. The spiritual realm, we don't see God. We don't see the angels. We do not see them. But before man was created, according to the Bible said that God said, let us create man in our own image and likeness. Let us create man. There was an agreement in the heaven. Yes, there was an agreement. And the Bible didn't go ahead to tell us, you know, the type of agreement they had, how long it lasted, this and that. The Bible was just brief about the creation. But there was an agreement. It has already been settled in heaven before man was created. And then what we saw was man. Man came to be. Before a woman gets pregnant, it's not because you got married. It's not because you are fertile. And then the moment you get married to your husband or to your wife, you start producing kids. No. It will take place spiritually. It must take place spiritually, that on a day like this man will meet this woman and they are going to get married. And these are the children that they will produce. So the spiritual realm is way ahead of us. We are seeing the manifestation of what has already been concluded in the spiritual realm. So I'm still waiting for your questions. If you have any other question, you write it down. Okay, somebody said, what if you don't see the person who is about to die? How do you go about it? If you know the person, that is, if you have this gift of dreams, and you saw that Mr. A died, and there is no way for you to reach, you didn't see the Mr. A live to tell Mr. A what is about to happen. Whoever you know that knows Mr. A, pass that message across anyhow you can. anyhow, but that message must leave you. Let it be recorded that you actually said it. Let it be on record. And even if it's a friend that you know, even if it's a brother, pass that message to them and tell them to tell Mr. A to reach you. Okay? I know why I'm saying this, because this has happened to me not once, not twice. I actually saw my uncle died. My uncle from my mother's side. My mom was the senior before this man. I saw him in the dream, died, and I saw the burial took place. And I know that there is nothing that can be done again. But I still went ahead. I don't have his number. I called my elder sister and told my elder sister what I saw. So my elder sister called them and told them everything that I told her and asked them to call me. And they didn't call me. Rather, what I heard was they said that it was just an ordinary dream, that nothing of such will happen, that the man is not dying, this and that, that they believe in God. And I don't know if I believe in the devil. I do not know. So when I got that message, I said, okay, no problem. What I did was I called my mom and told my mom that this is what I saw about your brother. And my mom said, no problem, that she's going to call him. And my mom called him and told him. But it's like they don't believe in spirituality. That was what I got to know. They don't believe in anything spirituality. And then this dream happened 8 months after it came to pass. My uncle died. He traveled to the village, went to bed, and didn't wake up. And that was when the family decided to call me to tell them what exactly I saw. But it was already late. Repeating the dream that time makes no sense. I knew that nothing will, change. But at least it would have given my uncle the time to, make amends, make his ways, get ready, prepare his home, his family, this, that. But they didn't. All right. So anything you see, just try and pass that message across anyhow you can. All right. All right. So, okay, you said that you didn't see the person's face in the dream, but you knew someone was about to die. Now, let me tell you how the gift of dream works. The gift of dream, if you have it, will not give you a half-baked cake. No. In that dream, God will surely direct you where that death will go to. You must know the dream can come if you are from, let me use this as an example. Right now, I'm in Imo State in Owerri, and you have a dream. You had a dream that somebody is about to die. That dream will not just be half like that. It is great if you have anybody in Owerri. That dream will take you to Owerri and will show you that somebody from Owerri is about to die. And then the person that you know that stays there will come to your mind. Let me tell you, this is how it works. If you have the gift of dreams, that dream will take you to either that family or that compound or that community where you know that the death will occur. It will take you there spiritually. And then once it takes you there, when you wake up in the physical world, you actually know where that death will go to. That is how it works. You know that somebody is about to die in your dream, but the person's face wasn't shown to you. In that dream, somehow, it must be connected to either this family or to this person or to this person. That is how the gift of dream works. It is never half-baked cake. It will give you the full message. That's how the gift of dream works. It can show you a family. The family's name can be, whispered into your ear. But the problem is you don't know who. Now, what you need to do is to tell that family, let everybody go into prayers. Let everybody go into prayers to avert that death. If somebody is about to die, not already dead, there are chances of stopping that spirit of death from reaching out to the family or to the person. All right? So I want to thank each and every one of us. Those who joined us, thank you so much. Those who asked questions, thank you so much for the questions, because I know that you actually saved so many souls. A lot of people are so shy that I'm not seeing you, you are not seeing me. Nobody is seeing you, but you are shy to put down your problem. A lot of us are shy, but from the questions so far, a lot will benefit. At least there were answers to those questions. So thank you so much to those who ask questions. And to those who share this live, thank you so much. God bless you. And to my gifters, those who gifted me at the beginning, thank you so much. I saw the gifts. God bless you so much. And I'm not going to promise us, but I know that God willing, I'm going to come up live again, maybe by weekend or by next week. I don't really know, but I am sure that God will allow me to come up live again with another wonderful topic. So I'm going to leave us here this morning, and I pray that the Spirit of God will dwell with us, will go with us wherever we're going to today, and will bring us all back home safely. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen. Thank you so much. God bless you. So I'm going to see us next time.